Vlad has now tweeted something out, and this is clearly the most engaging content he's ever gotten without a guest, where his opinion is now sending these ripple effects, and everyone's talking about this. What I mean, everyone, people sent this to me from everywhere. DJ Vlad tweets out, he says, I have a confession. Roc Nation has been paying me to support Megan. They've also paid off the jury members to convict Tory. And they bribed the judge, too. Jay-Z did a verse for the grandsons, or the grandson of the judge, new album. They paid Meg's doctor to lie about the bullet fragments. She was never shot. The LA police are all on Jay-Z's payroll. And it doesn't just stop with LA. But you're not really ready to hear that part, are you? The Mexican guy who stabbed Tory in jail, who do you think paid him to do that? You already know the answer to that now, don't you? The 3 Supreme Court judges who denied Tory's appeal, they're also paid off by the Rock Mafia. Jay paid Trump not to pardon Tory, even though it's a state case and Trump really could only pardon federal offenses and cases. But knowing Trump likes to bend the rules, Jay was not taking any chances. I can't keep these secrets anymore. If this is my last tweet, you know who silenced me. Some people said, hey, why are you confessing now? Did you feel bad, or did the money stop coming in and you're mad about it? Vlad said, well, the money stopped coming in and I never signed an NDA. Okay. Someone says, damn, I'm low-key too shook to retweet this. He says to that person, I don't blame you. Save yourself. Somebody else says, damn, Vlad, be safe out here. Jay-Z could have your security on payroll. He says, I've always used Roc Nation security. I might need now to get my own. Someone says, how much are they paying you? He said it started with $10K a month. During the trial, it went up to $50K. All the payments were in Bitcoin, so they couldn't be traced. Someone says, Vlad, stop cloud chasing, dude. If it's true that Jay-Z paid you, then you know you can't possibly be the only blogger he paid. So considering everything you just said, why didn't you name the other bloggers who Jay supposedly paid? He says, well, every blogger is on Jay-Z's payroll. We all got paid with Bitcoin. Now the price dropped. You see a lot of us turn on them. Someone says, well, if they've been paying you, does that mean they stopped paying you? He says, correct. Their last check bounced. Someone else says, it's over for Jay-Z. I keep saying he'll be the only guy arrested from the Epstein files, the fall guy. Somebody says it's deeper than that. Jay-Z is Epstein. Oh, wow. Your Fruit Jams in the chat. What up? I'm on stream, brother. You're the topic of conversation.
Yeah, you think?
Vlad, what's going on?
Man, look, if you look at like my previous tweets, I was talking about how ridiculous the whole news cycle was, because they're bringing back this old video from May of Kelsey's bodyguard saying that she really was the shooter, and people like, oh, look, the evidence is in. And I'm like, this is a tweet from May. And he wasn't even the bodyguard that night. He was the bodyguard who claims you overheard something during the court proceedings, whatever. And people are like, oh, well, that's because Jay-Z, he bought off all the jurors. I said, okay, that's an interesting idea for a tweet. So I created this whole ridiculous tweet with every conspiracy theory laid out one after the other, to the point of even saying that Jay-Z did a verse for the judge's grandson.
Yeah, that was reaching, of course.
You think that was reaching?
Well, hey, listen, I knew this was a satirical tweet from the get-go. I was just speaking about the tweet on stream here. And by the way, Vlad, I'm telling you, you fucked the hip-hop game up with this. Usually I get about 15,000 people watching me. I have 31,000 right now listening to me. Just let you know, okay? And it's all because of you. So we got to get down to some hard facts. Now,
okay.
I'll tell you 2 issues. And by the way, I've also said, me and you, we trade podcast appearances. I get on Vlad TV. You come on my show. Our next podcast has to be solely about this, because there's so much to talk about. There's so much to talk about. Now, I had 2 issues, and you could, we'll get into real depth, like I guess when we sit with each other. But my 2 issues was this: I think you sent and fired off this tweet because you slightly have an axe to grind still about Tory. Not that you have a problem with him, but people were skeptical of you of when you predicted an outcome, this and third. And I thought you putting up this tweet made an incident so big, now it's like really kicking his back in for someone who is going through, like, he's incarcerated. It's not like you actually think he did it and he's free. He's incarcerated. He's trying to fight for his freedom or at least some type of relief. And I feel like this is kicking a man when he's down. Okay. Second,
DJ Vlad's tweet is a testament that reading comprehension skills are in hell right now. That media literacy is in hell right now. I'm going to show you the tweet, right? But it's not even that. Like, he keeps going and they still don't get that he is being fucking sarcastic. First of all, Bitcoin can absolutely be traced. There are going to be idiots that come into the comment section and say, yeah, but Bitcoin can absolutely be traced, especially the person who is receiving the goddamn payments. First of all, he presented no evidence that he himself is getting paid. He only told y'all that he was getting paid. But if you actually read the last fucking line, literally in the last fucking line, it says, I cannot keep these lies secret anymore. And then there's one where he's like, oh, the check bounced. I thought you said you got paid in Bitcoin. So you didn't get a check. You got Bitcoin. They don't realize that they are being lied to. That's how bad the literacy is. They're asking the questions just to confirm what they think they believe. They haven't taken 2 seconds to read that shit.
Hey, yo, Bassel TV, welcome to the channel, man. Hey, look, man, this video is, I think, important because people are not doing their due diligence. I've said that multiple times in a few other videos, that when it comes to factual based stuff and claims, that people need to do their due diligence. People are not doing their due diligence. Just because DJ Vladimir, right? He's not he's not a DJ anymore, but whatever. Everybody's a DJ now, or have been, whatever. DJ Vladimir came out and said something, y'all ran with it as fact. Bruh, I'm not even upset at the fact that he did that. It's the response to the people that didn't do their due diligence. Right? And how somebody can willfully just make up a story and people will just run with it because someone said it. And that's, I would honestly say, though, that's one of the primary reasons I don't really like this internet shit like that. Because most of what people are going off of isn't factual based, and people, regardless of the fact that if they had the evidence in front of them, most people still don't want to address that because they don't want to be wrong. Everybody want to be right. Everybody want to stand 10 toes down on bullshit instead of just admitting, you know, that you didn't do your due diligence. All right. Now, this man out of pocket for that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not opinion based. He stated it as if it were fact. I hope he gets sued. Because honestly, I'm sick of Vlad. Sick of him. I hope he gets sued. So he did that because the show ain't popping no more. And this is what he do to get into the algorithm. Now he over there keying on the other side of the phone. Now, I am happy with how, I don't rock with him like that much either, but I'm happy with how Akademiks handled the situation and is actually breaking it down and explaining the cause and effect of what he did and how he actually did it. He got him to admit it too, but that shit corny. I think it's real corny how, you know, people can do that and just get away with it. I hope he gets some legal repercussions from it, because Vlad been culture vulturing off the culture for forever. He got to go. And this is the primary reason why. He don't mind stirring the pot when it comes to black people, but he don't do that for no other, you know, no other kind of people. I'm just going to say that. Shit is corny for him to make up that, especially with how sensitive the way things are right now. You know what I'm saying? We got to do better at doing our due diligence. Y'all got to do better. You know what I'm saying? The shit was all cap, and it was cap. Vlad a bullshitter. He bullshitted. Like, that shit is that. I don't know, man. I just say I ain't been feeling these attacks they've been having on black entrepreneurs because it seems very targeted when they could be going after other people. And then you let outsiders like him in the culture and they feel like they could plant their flag and do what they want to do, how they want to do it, be disrespectful, play the race card, spark up a controversy about stuff. So he can start a fire and then he take his hands away from the matches and now we got to put it out. And you know this is a true thing because I'm talking about it. Everybody's talking about it now. Let me know what y'all think, man. I think it's time for him to go, man. You gotta boycott that, man. I used to watch his stuff years ago and I always thought he was real police-like. You know what I'm saying? But after watching one of his most recent interviews, and I think it was probably like a year or two ago or something like that, and it's how he was framing his questions. That shit was kind of pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? I don't rock with dude. Dude is a weirdo, and the fact that he's a veteran in this landscape and can throw out some frivolous shit like that without repercussion, you know, he has constantly started fires in the black community in hip hop, constantly, and hasn't been held accountable yet. Right? Besides the one time where he tried to blackball that one black teacher that was at that college or something like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He tried to throw his weight and then it didn't really work out. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, dude got to go. Let me know what y'all think, man. I think this shit is whack. I'm a big fan of Tory Lanez, right? Big fan, but I'm not gonna go ahead and say X, Y, and Z, da, 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 da. I wasn't there. I didn't watch the whole court case. I don't know enough information to be saying Tory should be exonerated for X, Y, and Z. I got my personal feelings about it. That doesn't make it right, though. You know what I'm saying? Tory is one of my, I'm not gonna say favorite artists, but I rock with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't rock with Megan Thee Stallion. You know, I don't trust her 100% either, but I'm just a viewer. I'm just a listener. That's it. But for people to go and chime in, you know, or somebody like Vlad to go ahead and put something out there that may or may not be correct, is number one, is jeopardizing somebody's life. Two, you're playing with people's freedoms. Three, allegations. There's so many different layers to this shit, and I just don't respect it. Now, if this was coming from somebody else, you just call it a clickbait and move on from it. But the fact that he's been able to do that within the community for years, he got to go, bruh. Vlad got to go. He got to go, bruh. He got to go. Him and that other weirdo, what's his name? Adam 22. Oh, they got to go. They got to go, bruh. You got to go. Can't keep giving these outsiders a pass to the cookout. Can't do it. Can't do it. I don't care how long he say he been around hip hop. He's still an outsider. It is what it is. Ayo Basil TV. Like, comment, share. See y'all in the next one.